name is Kelley Williamson. Welcome back. I always get a lot of questions about what do you do for Thanksgiving, and since it's the end of October, pretty close to the end of October, and November is just right around the corner, what I want to do is show you some vegan recipes that you can do. I usually take all these recipes, everything that I'm going to show you today, I take them to different families' homes, I take them to granddaughter's home, everybody and stuff, and they actually say, the first year and stuff, they were like, well, I don't know, I'll make some of my own stuff too, just in case. And then after the first year, they're like, well, you know what, why don't you bring all the sides? So let me show you what I'm going to bring, and we will start from there. So please watch all the different videos. I'm going to show you mashed potatoes, which you're going to say, oh, that's easy. I'm going to show you sweet potatoes. I'm going to show you 2 vegetable dishes, and then I'm going to show you a pumpkin cake, which tastes just like pumpkin pie. All right, so stay tuned. So let's first start with mashed potatoes. So what I've already done is I've taken Yukon Gold. I like the gold potatoes just because they're really sweet and creamy. You can also use the white ones, you can use the red ones, whichever you prefer. And what I did already is I cut them up into little chunks, and then I just put them on for boiling. So just to check them every once in a while, I just stuck a knife in there, just checked and see if they're ready, and these are all ready. So I strained them, just put them into a pot, and they're ready to go. I also, you're probably asking yourself, I did ask that what I did is I did take the skins off, or did not take the skins off, I left them on. So you notice here that the skins are still on. I just washed them really well. The skins are really, really good. And if you're like me and stuff, you like the potatoes with all the skins on. So I'm just going to dump those out. Big bowl. So then I start out with just a little bit of salt and pepper. So black pepper, you can use white pepper. A bit of salt. Just to bring the flavor out a little bit more. And then my handy dandy blender. If you don't have a blender, one of the things, let me go ahead and pull that out. One of the things that you can use is a masher. There's mine handy. You can use a potato masher, just like this. So if you like them a little bit chunkier, then you can use this. If you like them really smooth and creamy, you can also use the blender, depending on what you have. All right, so before I actually start blending them, then you're going to use soy milk. So you can use soy milk or almond milk. I like the soy milk, and I actually use the original light. And the reason why I use the soy instead of the almond milk, the almond gives it a little bit different flavor. It has a little bit of almond in it in the potatoes, and I like the potatoes to actually taste like potatoes versus more like an almond potato. So with the soy milk, I start out with about a half a cup. You kind of have to play this by ear because it really depends on your potatoes. So sometimes you'll get potatoes that are really, really moist and lots of water in them, and then you don't need as much milk. But if you get some that are a little bit drier, then you need a little bit more milk. So we'll just go with a half a cup first to start out with. Just dump that on there. And then you start blending. Since it's not in the sink, it's probably going to be a little bit messy of a process. Blending them up. So you notice already just a little bit, just with potatoes, they're starting to get a little kind of mushed together. So when you start seeing that and they don't seem to be crumbling up or blending up as much, go ahead and grab some more soy milk. We'll start out with about a half a cup again. I'll just dump about a quarter of a cup in that in, and then keep blending. A little more milk. So as of right now, we've got about a cup of milk in there. Keep mixing them. Add a little more milk. Quarter cup. It's a lot easier if you do it in the sink, because you don't worry too much about things splattering. Another half minute. they splatter everywhere if they're not in the sink. Put that down. All right, so then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to taste them. Just grab a little spoon, taste a little bit of them. A little more salt and pepper. That way, if you don't put too much salt and pepper in the very beginning, you don't have to worry about it, because it's always easier to add than it is to take away. A little bit more pepper for flavor. A little more salt. And then you can blend it in if you want, or you just have a spoon, just go ahead and stir it in. Give it another little taste test. Perfect. Wonderful. So as you can tell, the Yukon Gold, they actually have a little bit of that yellow flavor. So if you wanted the really white, creamy potatoes, you could use the white ones, the russet potatoes. Like I said, I use a lot of the Yukon Gold because they're really plentiful in Colorado, and I just really like it because they're really sweet texture. So they're all ready to go, so let me go ahead and dish some of those up. These are really good too, so if you like to have mashed potatoes, as you can see here, this makes a lot of potatoes. And this was about, probably, if I was looking at size, this size here, this was about 6 of these. They were cut up, so washed and cut up. Put those in. And just to make them pretty, I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. Just out of the way for you. Take the top off. And if you're anything like me, nothing's better than homemade mashed potatoes. So there you go for the mashed potatoes. As you can see, it just takes you about 30 minutes or so to get them boiled. It takes you about 5 minutes to get them ready, and then you have them ready to go for the dinner table. So enjoy, and join me for the next video. Have a great day. Thanks.